hate to say goodbye, but this is a goodbye I'm going to say now. I prefer to say hello. But there is a song. I say hello, said goodbye, I say hello. Thank you very much to stand down. My dear friends, it's now to close up the women from Mexico. At least our many panel and discussion during the Tuesdays. Tonight we will achieve our achievements, our new friendships and ideas at that fantastic, wonderful, magnificent terrace, like J.C. Agid say, of El Palacio del Palacio. Don't forget your badge. To start, I would like to thank again all our partners that you can see on the screen, I think. I would like to thank also everyone at the Hyatt Hotel, and thank you to Abelardo, Andrea, Maria at Love Brand for producing this event. At the beginning, I thought it was Love Brain, and I think it was good for the forum, but in fact, it's Love Brand. Thank you to Lourdes, Mariana, Selene, Paloma, Luis, Sara, Armando, and everyone at Alchemia for our media consultant. And at some point, the ones from Mexico was, understand, listen, one on social media trend in Mexico. This was a great thing. To get to that point today, there is always a team behind in every job, whatever they are. The Women's Forum team, wherever they are, wherever they are in the world, or wherever they live in the world, they are the first to believe that a world of diversity is a better world. And there is also volunteers from Aeromexico and IPAD, and finally our interns in New York and in Mexico. Thank you. I'm sorry. What are those 2 days we just had? I felt when I was going around and walk around a lot of energy and a lot of intensity. And energy is very similar to the one I saw in Myanmar, Brazil, Dubai 6 weeks ago, Italy, Belgium, and everywhere in France. An enthusiasm that goes, I think, behind our own expectations. Yesterday afternoon, while most of you were asking Carlos Slim questions about women empowerment, what you have to know is 50 CEOs of international and Mexican corporations was discussing next door why and how they should and could advance more women in the workplace. 50 men and women together, and that is what I can call that the change is underway, and that if every one of us, of you, want it. And you, delegates and speakers, I was impressed by your dedication, your participation, your discussion, your will, your volunteer to be and attend the forum together and shape the present day and I hope our future together. I'm always moved by violence like you. I think that we can agree that our world today is of increasing violence all over the world, and particularly violence against women, against children. There is, of course, the physical, the harassment in all its form, but it's not only that kind. There are so many violence. Violence against girls who are denied an identity in some country. The violence against women in politics. Violence against women that are paid less than men for a similar job. Violence against women whose domestic workload is not equal to one of the spouse or the companion commits to. Violence against women who are denied access to credit, to contract, to market. When I was 21 years old, I couldn't get a bank account by myself in France. I had to ask my husband because I was married at the time. Could go on my study without the agreement of my husband and before my parents. This is not far long ago, if I could say. Violence against women when the law doesn't apply the same way as it does for men. Divorce, for example, or more. The list could be long. And sometimes even when I say those words, I have a difficulty to breathe because I've been witnesses from some of violence. We should not see ourselves really as victims of a system because everyone has to believe that women, we are an opportunity for the system, an opportunity for equal world, for economic growth, for job creation, for more innovation and creativity. An opportunity also for more safety and security. Why don't we call the women around the table for peace? Why don't we call our women to negotiate in difficult situations? And yes, an opportunity for much more powerful economy. Let me give an example. I was really an admiration here of women entrepreneurs in Mexico. One of our Rise and Talents organization has built 15,000 women entrepreneurs to launch within 3 years. These women have created more than 50,000 jobs. This is what I call an opportunity to fight against poverty, to fight against drugs, and to create growth. And I thank you, Rising Talents of the Women's Forum in Mexico. And remember, my dear Rising Talents, to just join the network of more than 200 women from all over the world. All over the world, it is for all the women and men to look for solutions together. And for us, the women, it means to build our lives around our talents and show men that we are capable of it. Explain to men that we're capable of doing exactly the same thing that we are doing, except to give birth to children. Maybe one day. And there is so many talents in these rooms. Scientists, I don't know if my friend scientists are still there, politician, artists. Artist yesterday evening, my God, she was wonderful. Wonderful of humanity, wonderful of creativeness, wonderful of kindness, and very funny. We have to be funny in life. It's important to face violence. Professors, diplomats, consultants, publishers, designers, architects. So those are amazing women, my dear Jessie, are spectacular. The Cuban women entrepreneurs were so happy to exchange with all us, and we were honored by their presence, really honored by their presence. I'm half American, I'm French, and for many years it was written in my passport not to go to Cuba, not to go to Vietnam. So I will be happy to go to Cuba, and I went to Vietnam. To all Cuban women and men leaders from 28 other countries, is a real necessity to move forward. This is why we organize conferences all over the world. To be international makes easier to find solutions. I repeat that. To go in other country makes easier to find solutions. I like my children to travel. My father and my mother taught me how to travel. So that we can exchange our vision, I just said, study different approaches, solutions to similar problems, so that we can challenge ourselves with other countries to look for more options. There is a famous writer in France called Montaigne. He lives in the 16th century. And he said it's a good way to go in other countries so that you can mix your brain with the brain of the people. Diversity is also geographic. So globalization is the way to find more solutions. And I invite you, of course, to join our next meeting. Come to Mauritius in June if you want to discuss sustainability. There is a fantastic chief of state there, the only women chief of state Muslim in the world. And in Deauville at the end of November, for our 3-day global meeting to discuss, is the sharing economy today a sharing world? My dear friend, in this world of paradox, never forget to think with your heart and to act with humility. I can tell you that my team and myself, we came here with a lot of humility. Our hearts are so open right now, my dear friends, and the desire to act so high with the women, with the men. Let's keep moving forward. And to the end, let me play with the word here. This is just the beginning. And see you tonight. Un abrazo para todos y todos. La próxima vez les hablaré en español. Muchas gracias. I would like to invite my team to join me here. Jessie, Jennifer, Magali. Laetitia, come on. Jennifer, come on. Jennifer Biss. There are 2 Jennifers. Thomas. Adele. What I want to tell you before applauding you, It's a small team. As you can say, a small team with you could make the forum in Mexico, and maybe, sometimes, at our level, to change things in the world. We love you, and love is the best word in the world. And I'm very moved to be there. Thank you.